Good morning, Melissa. I'm Mara. You guys enjoyed my show I made yesterday. Yeah, got 3 more days off today, Monday, Tuesday. I work Wednesday, right? The 6 days go by fast, man. I get paid today, so today after 2, I'm gonna go bust to Denny's and pick up my check. I'll get my 6 beers and I'll get my snack shack food, obviously. Will you watch Chosen today, Ivan? Yeah, I will. Finish season 4 of The Chosen. Then I'll watch A Night of the Seven Kingdom that's coming out today too. It comes out every Sunday, obviously. Right? I know because I remember seeing the day January 18th, my birthday, which was Sunday, so it comes. The show's released every Sunday, right? Yeah. Yeah. You usually live in life, yeah. You usually live in life, man. Yeah, man. In our personal life and in business, we're movie stars. We're also living life in our personal life too, right? Well, we should tell you she wants to live a life with you. Yeah, she will. But she'll tell me, yeah, even though I want to live a life with you, I want to be a movie star with you too. Yeah, we do. We'll make more money. If we get to movie stars, we're gonna make more money. We get a lot more money. She said, "Yeah, Ivan, let's start that film studio. That's my dream, Ivan. I want to be." I said, "Finally, Ivan, I get to be in the original movie with you. No more shitty independent movies. I know, BJ. You happy? Yeah, Ivan, I'm happy." That's why Visual push me so much, obviously. She knows with that money, I can start my own film studio better than Hollywood. I can do big budget movies, man. Find a movie with their own cash. No more small independent movies for VJ, right? No more small independent movies for VJ. She's doing the original movies with me, obviously. Alright, he thought of doing television. Nah, man, I don't like television. Television is more work too than movies. Yeah, because you have to release seasons every year. Yeah, I like television; it's fun, but like television is not the same glory as being a movie star, right? I'd rather be a movie star than do television. Nah, I'm not doing television. Could you turn this into a show? Yes, you can, but it will not be as good. It's Zanus is meant to be a big budget movie. People tell me, yeah, Zanus is meant to be released to the big screen, not the small screen. Yeah, people tell me that. Yeah, it's better if you make it into a film, Ivan, not a fucking television show. I know, Peter. That's insane. Let me get some coffee, guys, soon, right? That's what John Mega, Vaughn, Joe G. Mons, and all those guys are lucky, man. You're gonna be world famous movie stars when they do the same movie. Yeah. And I'm not paying them any more money. If their agents want money, I'm not paying them more money. You guys are getting greedy. I don't know that, man. I'm like, no, John, you get 10, I'm not paying 20. You're not worth 20. Rip me off. You get 10, that's enough, John. I'm not gonna pay more money, you greedy pig. Yeah. Because John knows if I pay him 20, he signed like a $40 million deal, right? He's not worth that. $28 million is good for him. I'm not paying more than that. It's almost $30 million, John. That's enough. Like, you're making more than Oscar Isaac and Avatar. It's a deal, man. I'm saying he signs that contract, yeah. It's a deal, man. I'm saying, yeah, he signs a contract, John, yeah. You might be shocked, Ivan, man. You're paying me all these millions and you're giving me my freedom, Ivan. Like, yeah, he's like, holy shit. He's like, thank you, man. How would I have to pay a price for this? Yeah, John May has to do it in Hollywood to make his money, obviously. That's how it works. My company gets his freedom. The actors get their free cash, right? If you want to call it that, right? They get their free cash, free millions. Which is a bonus, man. To make a lot of money, be famous and rich, and be free is a bonus. That's for every person's dream, right? I told you, in this world, you have there's no both and. It's either one or the other, as I explained, right? Yeah. Yeah. Who signed the biggest deal for Zanis? Ariana Grande. It depends. If I choose Russell Crowe signed the biggest deal out of all the actors. Russell Crowe signed his $100 million deal. 100 plus million if I use Russell Crowe. But chances are I might not choose him. I might just choose John Shields. John Shields cheaper. Ariana Grande signed the biggest deal. She signed like a $40 million deal. I'm paying her the most because she's the biggest out of all of them. Even though she's a supporting character, I'm paying her the most because she's worth like $150 plus million, and she's an A-list actor now. I'm not going to go any higher than 5 for her though, for Belle, because Belle is a supporting character, but I can give her like what, like 30 million of the royalties. Oh, she makes like her 40 something million deal. Yeah, she signed about a $40 million deal. And Idris Elba, Don Chu will be second. They signed like $30 million deals. And John May and Andy Serkis and Color Urban, those guys signed like their 28, 29 million deal around there, yeah, 27 million deal. And Danielle Minette of Andre signed like their 15, 16, 17 million deal. Those guys, 16, 17 million deal, those guys. They're making like the least out of all the major stars because they're B-list actors. Obviously. Whereas John Boyega is a rising star, a hybrid A-lister, you can argue, right? He's a rising star, hybrid A-list actor. Yeah. But I told you there's 3 groups of actors in Hollywood. There's B-listers, rising stars, and then there's A-list actors, obviously. The rising stars are the bridge. They're the ones who careers are on the rise. They're on the rise to becoming A-list actors, but they're not A-list actors yet. A good example is Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan was not the lucky chosen one who jumped from the B-list rank to the A-list rank. No, he had to slowly build his career to become an A-list actor. He's a good example of a rising star. He was doing television. He did Friday Night Lights. I remember him in Friday Night Lights. He did Fruitful Station. And that was a hit. And that opened more doors for him. Then his career rose, and he did Creed, did Black Panther, and now he's an A-list actor, a smaller A-list actor. I think he's worth like $40 million now. He's pretty big now, Michael B. Jordan. He rose from the B-list rank to the A-list rank. He wasn't the lucky chosen from the B-list actor, from the B-list rank, he became an A-list actor. No. He was a rising star. His career, he built his career over the years, man. And now he's an A-list actor, doing like big budget movies like Sinners, and Sinners made a lot of money. He's a famous, successful A-list actor now. Michael B. Jordan, right? Yeah. Those guys are worth it like 5, 6, 7, 8 $8 million. Because John Boyega will be today's actor, but then he will. By the time you saying is I can pay him John Boyega's 9.2 or something like that for the movie for his base salary. Yeah. He gets 10 million in film profits and like 2 million for the game. That's like 21 million. He gets 500K for the merch, 21.5, 250K, almost 21.75, whatever it is. He gets like 5, 6, 7 in speaking. He's not like a 26, 27, 28 million deal. John Boyega. Actually, I'm saying it's not a massive deal. It's a deal, man. I'm saying it sounds like concert, John. Yeah, it's not a mega deal, John. Yeah, man. Yeah. 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 You're looking at the greatest story ever told. Jose, that's right when you read my book. Yeah. That's what I was trying. I was trying to do. It's gonna be every John. Yeah. Oh, John, you're fucking lucky, man. You get me part of that amazing movie. And we did those Star Wars sequels, John. Yeah, this is Star Wars sequels. Yeah, the Star Wars sequels were a mess. We did those Star Wars sequels, John. Man, you're fucking lucky, man. You get me part of that amazing story. They're gonna be a bit jealous of John. They're gonna give him dirty looks, obviously. All actors will be given is Star Wars dirty looks, obviously, right? Because they're a bit jealous of the fact that they're saying they're gonna be in Ivan's movie. Wolfgang is Ivan, and all the other hot actors are left behind in Hollywood. Man. Yeah, it's actually funny. Yeah. Yeah. The coffee's ready. Go upstairs to get my coffee ready. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's not fair, man. You get to the life of each year, we're all left behind in Hollywood. Hey, give us her. Why do this evils me? I take my wife and I peace out, you're left behind. We go to get what you deserve. Oh, he said, yeah. Yeah. The job maker will work harder for you. Yeah, he will. I paid him more money for his this. He didn't make that kind of money for Star Wars. He made like probably his million, 300K Force Awakens, million for Last Jedi, maybe a million, 5 million, 7. Rise Skywalker, maybe he got 2 million. I don't know. As part of On the Rings, John May got paid right for Rise Skywalker. A million, 5 million, 7. He got paid for the movie. He might have made a million for Last Jedi, and Force Awakens he made like 300K, 400K. I heard for the movie. I'm paying more money than what he made for Star Wars. So John will work hard for me. I'm giving him better perks. He'll work harder for me. And you're looking at an amazing performance for the role of Tony for my movie. Well, Jojo work hard for me. He doesn't make 60 million, 70 million in Hollywood. Nah, man. Jojo probably makes his 500K for his movies. So he's a B-list actor. Negotiates for 600,000, 700K for his movies of Jojo. He's lucky a million. And I'm paying him a lot of money, like 60 million deal. It's a lot of money for Jojo. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. And so work hard for me as a part of it, obviously. Yeah. Give me a second, I was gonna go upstairs and get some coffee. Coffee's ready. Let's give everyone up low. Oh, hang on a second. Alright, guys, sorry for my wait. Well, I'm supposed to get my coffee. Good 5 minutes when I go outside and have a smoke. So everything we're gonna be devils. Oh yeah, most movies will be history. When I adapt the movie, adapt the book to film, we're looking at demons, obviously. Yeah. So scary. You guys will feel for me and all the Hollywood actors. Yeah, you're gonna feel. Just like you felt for the Avengers with the Avengers movies with Thanos, right? Yeah, I felt for the Avengers with Thanos. You're gonna feel for me and the actors with Eritad. Eritad's a demon. He's a devil, man. He's fucking scary. You're gonna feel for us, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy. The fame, right? Saying some crazy buzz. Yeah, that's me. We should be boss, man. Yeah, he's I heard. Look at I know BJ. I'm excited too. She's like, finally, all right. I like no more like shitty independent movies. I finally get to be in a original movie with you, Ivan. I control the money with you, Ivan. Yeah, Victoria Justice is happy. She now controls the money with me, and no more independent shitty movies in Hollywood. She's actually doing a big movie with Ivan. We can fund the movie with our own cash or with boss. Yeah. Yeah, BJ, you're the boss with me. Obviously, you don't have to worry about the gatekeepers in Hollywood um, casting you for a role. You don't have to worry about going through auditions anymore in Hollywood. As Victoria Justice, I guarantee you, has auditions for big budget movies, but they all said no. The case in Hollywood turned them down, obviously, because the doors are locked on her, obviously. Yeah, and I did. I did audition for some big budget movies. I guarantee you she did, but then she didn't get the part. When Victoria Justice is special, unique like me, obviously, and she didn't get the part because the doors are locked on her, the gates are knocking on doors on her career. That's why she's only doing independent movies. She doesn't do big budget movies with me. She does indie movies, independent movies, small indie movies. She does. Yeah, man. She does like 10, 15 million, 20 million dollar budget movies. She doesn't do big budget like 60, 70, 80, 100 plus budget movies. No, she does shitty independent movies. She's actually funny. That's why she cries. She wants me to get her out. She wants to be doing this movie with me, obviously. That's why she cries. But I ignore her because she's crazy. She's gonna keep banging guys after that. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Music, yeah, I'm sick and tired of doing independent movies. I want you to get me on Hollywood. I want you to do as well as you, Ivan, and be have the control to be famous visual, Ivan. Yeah, Victoria Justice. Oh, she cries. Yeah, VJ only does all these shitty. Because most of the movies VJ does, I don't mean to be rude, they're not that great movies, right? Yeah, Victoria Justice does all these shitty independent movies that are not that great movies. Honestly, no hate, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all the stuff I do are all like shitty stuff. Yeah, like the Rocky Horror Picture Show was horrible. The one that VJ did back in 2016. This is what, 10 years ago. Man, time flies by. I remember Beautiful Justice 2016. That's 10 years ago. That's crazy, huh? 10 years ago, when VJ did a Rocky Horror Picture Show, that was horrible. That remake was horrible. VJ, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, it was bad, man. Not even close to being as good as the original, right? That was a horrible remake, man. That was terrible. Obviously, and it flopped, obviously, because it gates locked were but not, man. You guys all saw, yeah, because VJ's end, we all saw the movie. We all saw that TV movie. Rocker Picture. That was terrible. Yeah, it was horrible. Yeah, and she's been doing all these other independent movies and guest roles on television shows. Yeah, she has a shitty career, man. Sorry, Justice. She did Cooper Barrett's Guide to Surviving Life, which is not that popular of a show. She has a shitty career, VJ. She was on Man with a Plan with Matt LeBlanc's show. I remember I saw that. She was in an episode of that, guest roles, and she does shitty independent movies. She has a shitty career, yeah. That's why she cries, obviously, because she got duped by the gates. She's fucking stupid, man. Yeah, I got duped, man. I have a shitty career. I want you to get me out of here. I want to be queen with you. I want to be a big bunch of famous movie stars. I've been, yeah, you Fisher Manager, you're actually crazy. So I might do Amazon, you're actually crazy, BJ. Yeah. Yeah. Give me a second, I'm gonna go outside and have a smoke. Be back in like 5 minutes, guys, right? Okay, son. Won't be long, guys. Okay, then. smoke. You're smoking outside. Yeah, because I don't want to get caught. I want my laptop back, so I have to listen and smoke outside, right? But sometimes I'll have a few puffs in here, but I go outside now because I don't want to get caught, man. Yeah. Do the agents get paid direct deposit? Yeah, they do. I'm gonna have the engineer design my advanced direct deposit payment system, whereby they type in the amount and then the money, and they put in the system 10% goes to the agent, and the system automatically does all the work. Obviously, so the actors get paid. The agents automatically take their 10%. 10% of that goes to the agent. Something advanced. I'm putting $600K towards my payment system. Something advanced with GPS. You have received $120,000. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Keanu Reeves, you have received $1 million. Because Keanu Reeves, about they won't get they're 800 million to check every 2 weeks. He's only working for 4 months, so you divide their salary over 4 months. They're making they're 800,000, 700K, $1 million every 2 weeks, something crazy. You ever see $1 million, Keanu Reeves? I'm saying, holy shit, man, Skiv SOURCE top notch, I know. They get the royalty check. You know what I'm saying? You have received $150 million, but you have taxes, obviously. The taxes get deducted, obviously, right? Yeah, well, the actors see how much money got deducted. Yeah, the system, when they get their email confirmation, the system tells them how much they got paid and how much money went to tax. So Keanu Reeves got $150 million deposited into his bank, and then he sees all the tax deductions, and he sees that 10% went to his agent. Yeah. Got some saying? Keanu Reeves made $90 million after taxes. His agent takes $9 million of that. Keanu Reeves makes $81 million. You received $81 million, and he gets $81 million in his bank for all his combined earnings. Combined earnings, he made $81 million. But Keanu Reeves will obviously be blowing some of his money during the 4 years, so he'll get maybe 7. He might blow maybe 500K of his money or something like that. So he gets 80 or something like that. His combined earnings. Well, for the $150 million check, he doesn't get 80. He gets I don't know, his 50 or something, 55 after taxes, right? Sorry, my math is off. He gets his 80 in his combined earnings, right? Yeah. Holy shit, man. Skiv SOURCE is top notch. I know. You're looking at advanced payment system in my company, man. And the agents take their 10%. That's how they get paid, obviously. That's why the actors also have to bring the agents direct deposit bank for them. You could fly in the actors with the agents if you want, but it'll just cost more money. But the actors have to bring the agents bank form too, and their SIN number too. Yeah, bring all that, man. Because the agents have to get paid too, right? The Hollywood actors, managers, and agents have to get paid. For 10%, right? They have to get paid, those guys. That's why they want a bigger cut of the pie, because they want a bigger paycheck. As Keanu Reeves' agent's only making maybe about $9 million off Keanu Reeves. But his agent wants more. He wants 11, 12, 13 million. That's why he might push for 50 million for the game profits and 40 million for the merch profits. That way he can get a bigger paycheck. I'm like, no. Keanu Reeves is not worth that. I'm not going to overpay him. I'm going to do it for the Great Escape, guys. 212, 220 million for Keanu Reeves is not paying him money, guys. When Keanu Reeves live, it's a deal. When he signs that contract, I might take him out to dinner, right? Yeah. Some sorry. Yeah. Will you film the takeouts for your documentary? Yeah, I will. Obviously. I'll film some of the takeouts. I'll film all the actors, me signing all the actors. Well, as a crewman, I can film a bit of it, but not all of it. The crewman, I'll tell the doc, you film a little bit of the crewman for the takeouts, but not all of it. Just give a glimpse of it. But the actors film it, and the signings for the actors film that too. Signing of the directors film that when they sign their contract. Looking at, say, documentary like Shark Tank. Yeah, looking at amazing documentary, man. The documentary will be very entertaining. For Zanias, for the Great Escape, looking at a sick documentary. Yeah. You and VJ get paid through the system. No, me and VJ get paid. Our deals with Amazon, obviously. Well, for Microsoft and Sony, I don't know how we're going to get paid for that. They might send us a check or they direct deposit. I don't know. For Amazon, we get paid. Me and VJ get paid through the Amazon on a pay account. We have to create an Amazon pay account, and Amazon wires the money in that account. And then me and VJ, we put that money in our bank account. So our merch money, game money, movie money, me and VJ put that money in our the money gets wired into the Amazon account like PayPal. Me and VJ transfer that money into our account. And you're looking at billions of dollars, obviously. And you calculate how much money is owed to the actors, and the actors, a piece of your money goes to the actors. How much is owed to them? Right? That's how it works. Yeah, for your film profits, for your merch profits. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Keanu Reeves is making more than 80. He's making like his 100 plus million. My math is off. Because I forgot about his base too. Obviously, right? He's making more than 80. Making like his 100 million plus. Yeah. Keanu Reeves won $50 million check. He gets about 80, 79 million in his bank. And then with his game money, he gets another maybe 25. Yeah, he's making like maybe 95 million Keanu Reeves. After taxes, almost 100 million. Yeah. Around there, right? No, sorry. Sorry, he's making like his 80. My math is off. Yeah. Because 220 million is like 160 million after taxes. That's just combined earnings. He's making like an 80. Yeah, my math is right. Yeah. A lot of money. $80 million richer. Keanu Reeves made, right? Yeah. Yeah, all right, that's a lot of money. Yeah, Keanu Reeves is $80 million richer. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck them are like 50 million, 48, $47 million richer. They made like 48, $50 million after taxes and their agent for the 2.5 years of work in their combined earnings. $50 million richer, that's a lot of money. They don't make that money in Hollywood, guys, right? They make like their 7, 8, 9, 10 in Hollywood after taxes. 11 million. If you make 20 million, that's like 12 million after taxes. Your agent takes 10% of that, that's 1.2. You made 11 million, 10.8 million off your movie. A lot of money, but it's not like 45, 50 million, right? You're making more money than for my movie they did for in Hollywood. Those actors. Yeah, but a lot of some I do. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Iron Man, sign me up, man. It's a deal, man. Like it's a deal, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? $130 million deal for us. That's a lot of money for us, Ivan. We don't even make it. Yeah, Asia, Ivan. That's a good deal for Matt Damon, Ben Affleck. You're very generous. You know what I'm saying? They don't even make this in Hollywood. Yeah, is it a deal, guys? Ivan, it's a deal. Sign us up, man. And they signed that like mega deal, obviously. For the Great Escape, obviously. Like, I take them out to dinner. Obviously. Yeah. But they might be shocked. Like they might be curious. Like, will Ivan make us pay to make this money? You know, since Ivan dirty, and I offered them that contract. I mentioned nothing about the strings attached to the contract. They're just like, they signed that contract. They might be shocked. Ivan, like you're paying all this money in free cash. Like we don't have to do anything. I'm like, yeah, guys, get your freedom with me, VJ. They're like, holy shit, man, thank you, Ivan. You're a good man. They might tear up because in Hollywood they were dirty slaves to make their whole life to make their money. Right? They have to do it their whole life to make their money. They finally have their freedom. I'm paying them more money than what they're making in Hollywood. I'm paying them way more money than what they're making in Hollywood. I gave them their freedom, man. In Hollywood, they make way less money and they have to do it. Ivan's paying them way more money and they don't have to do anything. They have the freedom, obviously. Yeah. And some of them might even tear up a little bit when I offer them that contract. Thank you, Ivan. You're a good man. Because in Hollywood, they have to pay to make their money. My company, they get the freedom, obviously, right? Yeah. Like, holy shit, man, Scotch is Bulls Hollywood. Yeah, it does Bulls Hollywood. Like, we don't make this in Hollywood. Yeah, we don't make that kind of money in Hollywood, guys. They don't make that kind of money, those guys, right? Yeah, they don't make that money. Duh. They don't make that kind of money. Yeah. They don't make that kind of money, those guys, right? Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, you make the actors' contracts public. Yeah, I don't have to, but you could make it public if you want. I mean, it's up to you. But I mean, in Hollywood, sometimes they leak information about how much actors get paid. Sometimes they don't. But I mean, you could make their contracts public like they do for the sport leagues. Like in sport leagues, all the athletes' contracts are made public on the website. You can do that. That way, the world knows what kind of deals. But you guys will know when you see the documentary how much I paid the actors, right? For the signings, yeah, you're gonna know obviously. So I'll think about it. I don't have to, obviously. Because that could cause a bit of resentment, obviously, a little bit with the actors. Some actors are gonna be a bit jealous of these actors are making more than them, right? Yeah, like Brie Larson and all of them, even when they signed mega like $30 million deals, they're not making the kind of money the other guys are making, right? Yeah. Like Paul Bettany and Brie Larson are making like the 30 million, 31, $32 million with the combined earnings. A lot of money, but it's not the money that Keanu Reeves and Ben Affleck and Matt Damon and Scarlett Johansson are making. They're making way more than those guys because they're bigger A-listers. They're much bigger than those guys, right? They're bigger A-listers. Yeah. Yeah. But I'll most likely make it public, right? To build more hype for the movie. Because knowing the people knowing how much the actors make and information about having news about that, it builds more buzz for the movie. Like, holy shit, man, Keanu Reeves signed a mega $220 million deal for The Great Escape. And Matt Damon and Affleck Scott Johansson signed their mega $137 million deal. Brie Larson signed her mega $30-something million deal. Paul Bettany signed his mega $30-something deal. John Krasinski signed like a 48 million, 47, 50 million deal. They all signed mega deals for the movie, obviously. Some sour. But the actors there could be a bit of resentment, obviously. Like, what the fuck, man? Ivan's paying these A's actors way more than us. Yes, guys, so they're bigger than you guys, man. You guys are paying as much, that's why I'm not paying as much. There you go, Williams. Brie Larson and Paul Bettany are smaller A-listers. They're not bigger A-listers, obviously. And John Krasinski is a bigger A-lister, but he's a lower ranked one. That's why I'm not paying him as much. But he's still getting paid like his 48 million deal, 50 million deal, something crazy. Because that's how much the lower ranked A-listers make. They make about their 50 million deal around there. Yeah. For John Krasinski, I'm only paying him 16 million. I'm paying him the low end, 16 million base and a 7 million sign bonus. That's like 21 million. He gets like, I'll give him like 27 million of the film profits, the low end. Obviously, that's like a 47 million, 48 million deal. He signed about a 55 million deal with his combined earnings. John Krasinski. He's still signing a mega deal, but he's not making the money the other guys are making, right? He's still walking away like, I don't know, like 20 million in his bank after taxes. That's agent's cut. $21 million in his bank after taxes is John Krasinski, right? He's making a lot of money, obviously. Yeah. He's still getting paid, right? I'm gonna have him compete with other actors too. I might choose other actors. I might not choose Brie Larson and John Krasinski. I might choose other actors too who are going to be competing with them. Obviously, you can have Michael B. Jordan compete with John Krasinski for one of the couples too. You can do that, obviously, Michael B. Jordan if you want, right? Yeah, I think Michael B. Jordan is good for The Great Escape. Have him compete with John Krasinski, and he's cheaper than John Krasinski. Michael B. Jordan's worth like 40 million. By then, he might be worth maybe 60 million. Michael B. Jordan, so he's a smaller A-lister, so you can pay him his 15 million, give him 26 million the royalties. Michael B. Jordan for the movie. Sarah. So his combined earnings, Michael B. Jordan sound like a 45, 46 million deal, 47 million deal. Money he doesn't make it all. Michael Jordan makes like his 5, 6, 7 in Hollywood. 8 if he's lucky, right? But he's bigger now. He's worth like $40 million now, Michael Jordan. Everyone who's worth like 10, his career skyrocketed to 40 million net worth. By then he might be worth 16 million. So he's a big, smaller A-lister. Pay him that deal, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is good for the race. So have him compete with John Krasinski. I might choose Michael Jordan maybe over John Krasinski. I think he might be better than John Krasinski. I'll have Michael Jordan read for the part. Compete with John Krasinski for the part, obviously. I'll have Brie Larson compete with other actors too. Other A-list women actors too. Got some Sarah? Yeah. Considering I'm not doing The Matrix, you can have Michael B. Jordan compete with John Krasinski for The Great Escape. He's good for The Great Escape, Michael B. Jordan. Have him compete. Some Sarah? But Michael B. Jordan's worth 40 million now. The Great Escape will take place in The Great Escape will be released probably around 2041, around there. Michael B. Jordan might be worth his 60 million by then, obviously, or even 70 million. He's worth 70 million. I'll pay him the bigger A-lister contract with the bonus. He's worth 60 something million. I'll pay him a smaller A-lister contract. I can still pay Michael maybe his 15 million, 14 million. Now watch my budget. Pay him 14, you give him 26 million to royalties. That's already a 30 million. That's already what? A 40 million deal. And he gets like 5 million, 5, 6, 7 million speaking. Yeah, you sound like a 40 million deal. Might be a good deal for him, obviously. Might be Jordan right for Escape. Yeah. Michael B. Jordan's actually kind of better than John Krasinski for the role. Michael B. Jordan might be my first choice over John Krasinski, right? I think Michael is better than even Chance Leslie was up. Yeah, I mean, Michael B. Jordan I think is better than John Krasinski for the role. Yeah, he is. But John Krasinski is up there too. I'll have them compete for the job. I'll have Michael compete with John Krasinski for The Great Escape, right? Yeah. Yeah. Well, Michael B. Jordan built buzz a little bit. Michael B. Jordan is not a bigger A-lister; he's a smaller A-lister. Small A-listers build quite a little bit of buzz, but not the buzzes that the A-listers build. But Michael B. Jordan will help build some buzz, obviously, because he's a well-known, famous, smaller A-list actor. He's a smaller A-list actor. He's not a bigger one, right? Because the way I see it, you have bigger ones and smaller ones. That's the way I see it. And I guarantee you now, because I always say that a lot of people will say, yeah, there's bigger ones and small A-systems, and they copy Ivan. Then that's funny. Yeah. Yeah. I really think John Megan and Idris Elba are good for the Great Escape. Yeah, they are. But if I resign them, they're gonna piss off a lot of agents and managers in Hollywood. It's not fair to the Hollywood actors in Hollywood. But they're gonna beg because they know Idris Elba knows I can sign him to this 50+ million deal for the Great Escape. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. And John Megan knows I can sign him to like a 33, 34 million deal for the Great Escape. Money that he doesn't make in Hollywood. It'll take him a while to make that in Hollywood, right? He has to build his brand name. That's why John Megan and all those guys are gonna beg, man. I'm like, John, like, I know you're good for the Great Escape. I'm not going to be signed. You're going to piss off a lot of agents in Hollywood. I don't care about those actors. Yeah, they don't care about all the actors, those latest actors, right? All they care about is their own careers. Ivan, I'm not kidding around. I don't want to go back. I want to just work for you, Ivan. Please, man. Yeah, they just want to work for me for the rest of their life. They don't want to go back to Hollywood. So they know I can pay them more, and they want to be world famous with me and be the men around me, right? They don't want to go back to Hollywood for side tension. Yeah. I think Michael B. Jordan is my first choice for the couple instead of John Krasinski. He's better than John Krasinski, I think. Don't hate me, John Krasinski. Yeah. John Krasinski, I think, is my second choice. I think Michael B. Jordan is my first choice for the couple with Brie Larson. Brie Larson's my first choice, though. So you can have her and Michael B. Jordan be a couple in the movie. Obviously. Somebody tells me Michael B. Jordan's better for the job than John Krasinski. Okay, Robert, yeah, I see what you're saying. You know, and he has more of that suit age. Like, yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, yeah, I shouldn't say her. Oh, you said yeah. And Michael Jordan's chosen. He signed a mega like $50 million deal too, right? If he's worth like 60 million by then, if he's worth like 50 million by then, he signed like a 40 something million deal. I'll pay him less. I'll pay him maybe 13 million. I can give him 1 million of royalties. So he makes like 45 million in his combined earnings for the movie. He doesn't make that in Hollywood, Michael Jordan, right? That's a good deal for him. He's like, sign me up. Like, I don't even make this in Hollywood. Yeah, you don't make this in Hollywood, Michael Jordan. You don't, Michael, right? Yeah, you don't make that in Hollywood, Michael. Yeah. So I'll have Michael compete with John Krasinski for that job and other actors too. And Michael B. Jordan, I think, is my first choice over John Krasinski. He's actually better than John Krasinski for the movie. I can picture him more as a secret agent. Michael B. Jordan will be older though. He'll be like Michael B. Jordan's pushing 40 now. He'll be like in his early 50s, his 50s, right? He's older now. I remember when this guy was a kid in Friday Nights. Now he's in his 50s. He's older now. Yeah. Save him for the Great Escape. Considering I'm not doing the Matrix, right? Save Michael B. Jordan for the Great Escape, obviously. Have him be in your movie, right? But he gets killed earlier in the movie. When do you plan on having Michael and Brie Larson get killed? A good maybe 2 hours and maybe like 15 minutes into the movie they get 20 minutes into the movie they get killed. So give them quite a bit of scenes to have for them to shine, but they eventually get killed. Maybe 2.5 hours into the movie they get killed. Or you give them, I want a good like an hour and 20 minutes of these guys having time to shine in the movie, and after that they get killed. So I'm paying them a lot of money, right? Whereas Matt Damon is the one and his wife are gonna have their time to shine. They get killed later, like in the movie. I give Matt Damon more scenes than even Michael and all those guys. Matt Damon escapes with me and VJ and his wife, and we're like, I have an idea. We do a car chase where 4 of us are in the car. VJ's driving, I'm driving, and VJ's in the passenger seat. Matt Damon's behind us with his wife, and the creepy guys with masks are chasing us in the city and everything. We jump over buildings like Transformers 3, something crazy. And eventually Matt Damon and his wife get killed later on in the movie. Then me and VJ are the last ones left. And me and VJ are devastated by their death, obviously, as they became good friends and everything. When we trained in the company and everything, obviously. We're the last couple left, and we escape in the big secret organization. Like, that's a sick movie. Evan. You're looking at a sick movie, man. Yeah, man. That's why Scott's will blow out the water. I'm making the great fee for $800, even $850 million. Probably $850 because I have to create more room to pay. No, $800 million is enough. Obviously, I'll have enough room to pay everyone, right? Yeah. What about $80 million for Michael B. Jordan? No, man, Michael B. Jordan's not worth that. Nah, man, he gets like 20. He's worth like 50 million, 55 million by then. I'll give him like 21 million in the royalties. It's enough. He's not worth 80, Michael. He's not a bigger agent, so I'm not gonna have to do it, man. Yeah, because all those Hollywood actors, agents are greedy. They want more money. I'm like, guys, man, I'm not gonna overpay these guys. Have them do it, man. They're not worth any more than this. They're not the main event. There you go. They help build the buzz, man. Will be better, but they're not the main event. They're part of the main event, but they're not the main event. You guys understand? That's why Scott will blow out the water. Anyways, is it for real? I hope you guys enjoyed the show. As I'm around saying, peace. Peace out, guys. Don't hate and send peace. Hope you guys enjoyed this show. Skiv SOURCE.